If you take strategy, you bucketize into two things: low cost or differentiation. I think what everyone is trying to do with AI is around low cost. They see cost cutting. In my opinion, cost cutting is not strategic.
Meet Rama Theekshidar, Chief Digital Officer at US Electrical Services. In this interview, he shares his journey, his thoughts on artificial intelligence, business strategy, and most importantly, his unique perspective on the balance between humanity and technology. Welcome to VTEX Live.
So, Rama, we are just a couple of friends that we are going to have fun as always. Let me start saying how grateful and honored we are to have you here first time in Brazil on VTEX Day. And the idea of this space is to share a little bit of ideas. You are a bold, innovative brain that always are pushing the limits. And I feel that we own this space to think, to create, and we are so excited to have you here.
Thank you very much, Santiago. It's mutual, the respect and the trust. Super happy to be in Sao Paulo, Brazil for the first time, where innovation happens. I think it's kind of like a tree that is rooted in Brazil. VTEX is rooted here, but just like a tree, it branches out and spreads its wings to different parts of the world, and it conquers and transforms the way we see things and do things. So good to be part of this transformative journey.
Love that definition of rooted in Brazil, but spread to the world. Rama, we are going to talk here. Different topics is a space of freedom.
Absolutely.
The first part, you and myself, we have a background that connect. In a way, I think both of us are a little bit of immigrants. I want to know a little bit about your roots as a human being, your journey, because when I see you and see other professionals, for example, in the United States, your energy, your drive, your willingness to make it happen is different. You are at a different level. So normally this is more about your roots, about where you are coming from. And let me know if you can share a little bit of who you are and where, from which part of the world are you coming, and a little bit of that.
Absolutely. First of all, thank you. I think we are all better when we are all collective together. If somebody looked at all of us from the sun or a different planet, we're all the same. At the same time, we're all very different and unique in our own way. Born and brought up in India with a master's and bachelor's in information systems. So IT, software engineering background.
Nice.
Today is my dad and mom's wedding anniversary. I'm here because of them. It's special. This life is a blessing. So I thank my parents.
Yes.
It's a special day, special moment. But just like all of us, it's nature and nurture that makes us who we are. And if you think we are a product of the environment, very blessed to be born in India. At the same time, very blessed about the experiences I've had. I went to France, Allée Bleu, by the way.
You went from India to France.
To France for my master's in business management.
Wow.
And I think, I love the 1998 World Cup, the French history, the culture, the
Yes.
language. I wanted to always, get out of my comfort zone. Always was gravitated towards something that is different, that is new, kind of like take me to the best way to look at things with best perspectives, people from different culture.
Yeah.
Then I went to France. I still have a lot of friends. Shout out to my brother Nicola, who's, hopefully one day will watch out this podcast.
For sure.
It's the people that we meet who make us who we are. I don't think we ourselves were born with all the intellectual curiosity or anything. Then I went to Texas A&M Mace Business School. The reason I picked that was it had one of the best entrepreneurial programs.
Yeah.
And it was known for their Center for New Ventures and Entrepreneurship. It's all the culture and the people that we meet and grow. Credit to my wife. She's from this culture, American. So I learn everything from her. I think she's bolder, smarter, more beautiful, and I learn from my wife. And it's always how you keep getting better in your life.
I think always we find some smart, like successful men is because is always a woman in their side. It's a powerful woman to their side. And cheer to that, because also in my case, Lina make everything a good part of myself, because Lina, they were part of myself because I didn't learn correctly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Amazing. And this journey of going to France, and then you went from France to United States directly.
Yes.
Amazing. So I think that also allow you to see the world different.
Yes.
Normally, when you speak with people that live and are like all life in United States, they used to be, or they used to see the world in one side, and the world have many sides. To be honest, it's like a circle, it's a balloon that at the end we have a lot of ways to orchestrate what is a reality and what is not a reality. And immigrants have this capability, and for me, it's like a tool, like a superpower to see the world different. Can you tell me two things that you believe that as an immigrant give you leverage when you went to the United States?
I think it's a mix of two. One, the key thing is how you can see difficult situations and different varied scenarios differently from different perspectives. And you can also get the perspective of, if you think about the U as the all spirit,
Yeah.
how you can approach things from an entrepreneurial, creative, innovative spirit. And then you bring in the complexities of the different things you have learned from your culture, bring in with the creative, innovation, oriented culture that is in America. You bring this whole thing together and you keep learning. You keep learning, you keep growing, and there's never an end to learning and growing. And I think that's what makes the whole experience beautiful. Whether we are in America, whether we are in India, whether we are in Paris, Sao Paulo, it's like we got to keep looking, we got to keep absorbing everything, and then when we do that, then life becomes much more enjoyable, and we don't have to worry about all the politics, drama, the noise that comes with all the people who get divided over a singular topic, and we lose the purpose of being human. I think it's much. There's more to life. There's one life we all live. We are not cats to have 9 lives. So we better make good use of our life and make an impact and influence people in a good, positive way without taking things personal.
That is an amazing advice. Normally, the first thing that you can have like a strong mistake when you go to other culture is to take things personally, because you don't get how things work, and normally very selfish and believe that the world is happening to us, but the world is not happening to us. The world is happening, and we make an interpretation of what is happening. And the immigrants normally start to learn this faster than other culture, because they understand that everything can change, everything will move, and we just have the leverage to run and move than another type of call it like that. So let's start with a game that my team prepared for you, so the audience can know you a little bit better. So let's start soft. Coffee or tea? What do you prefer?
Coffee right now. I would prefer tea if I were home.
Now another one. On-premise or cloud?
Cloud.
Okay. Your own or SaaS?
A hybrid. I'm a hybrid guy.
Nice.
It's one. I believe in building, but I don't want to have big teams building stuff, and there is never an end with a high total cost of ownership. I like to have a lean team that can work with a partner like VTEX. Have a lean team, and we can get the best out of products like VTEX, and then have a lean team to kind of go after it with a low total cost of ownership and go fast.
How do you decide? I think the recipe of a smart C-level as you is to define what to build, what to buy, how to connect, where to put the energy of your roadmap and the money of your roadmap. Do you have a methodology? Is just instinct? Is just mathematical? I don't know. How do you plan this? Because at the end, are very important decision for any company.
Yeah, the way I see it is very simple. Technology comes second. People come first. So when you think about people, it's people who create products that other people use. It's people who create problems that either the same people or other people fix. So when you think about people, we got to break it down by what people are we talking about. So when it comes to US Electrical Services, I'm thinking salespeople. Am I thinking finance and credit people? Am I thinking like an operational person? So depending on what hat I'm wearing, I got to wear multiple hats. Empathize with the person, empathize with the user profile, their job function. Then I go how to go about their daily function to do what they need to do to accomplish what they are trying to accomplish. Then once I have defined it, then I go, okay, what is it that I can do today versus tomorrow? how fast can I get it done by myself compared to if I had a team, compared to if I had a partner. Then I go through the whole process of, do I buy, do I build it myself, and everything else follows. But you got to start with, if you're thinking about a salesperson, you got to start with who is the salesperson trying to work with and work for, and what is the end goal. You think of a KPI and metric. Once you understand the KPI and metric, you provide the value to the salesperson, so they can then in turn provide the value to the customer, and then everything becomes like, it's like you've mapped it out the whole journey.
Fully aligned. It is easy to do. You are in a technical or mathematical answer, and you start with people. This is how complex and powerful it is to make this type of decision. It's not about technology. Technology will be built or maintained by the human, but the humans is the one that you need to engage, understand, because they will use the solution. So amazing way to tackle the question. I was not expecting that. So let's go to another one. That is this one. In inventory, turnover or fill rate?
That's a tough one. Just to be clear, I'm not a CEO. I'm a chief digital officer. So my answer should not be taken for running a company.
Yeah.
But if you were to ask me a Boolean question, I would say fill rate. Because in my opinion, if your fill rate is 95 to 98%, you have a high fill rate. What customers care about with a distributor is the fact that they come to a distributor because you have something that they need available at that point in time. So if you think about fill rate, as long as you have something in stock at that moment in time, so you don't let down your customer is satisfied. The customer comes back to you. When you lose customer is when they're coming to you for something. Let's say they're trying to build a high-rise building in New York, and they're trying to come after a project with material, let's say circuit breakers and stuff. You don't have what they need. They're going to go find another distributor, which means you can have a great inventory turnover, but you didn't take care of the customer when you had to take care of the customer. So fill rate trumps inventory turnover. Having said that, don't take inventory turnover lightly. It is important. If you're, to focus distribution, and again, it's an operational efficiency game, you got to have good turnover with a very high fill rate to be successful.
Agree. It's a hard question because it's a balance between CapEx, location, satisfaction, and also a little bit of a scarcity to generate enough demand to have the prices up. Yeah, it's a hard one. Let's go for something that I like a lot about you. You have this innovation spirit always, and I think this is the client of VTEX that's push harder innovation. I will say every time we have a dinner, wine in New York, Rama always arrived to me and Mariano saying, hey guys, let's do this. Let's create this different. Let's evolve. We can do it. And then let me ask you, what would you think will be the next breakthrough that we can do for the B2B market in the United States? As a technology standpoint, what will be the breakthrough in technology that distributors, manufacturers will leverage if they have this technology?
I am fascinated. First of all, thank you for the positive comments. I don't think that highly of me. I think it comes from, I'll tell you why it works that way, right? Why do you think I'm innovative? I'm not innovative. I surround myself with people who are innovative. I surround myself with people who are more strategic than I am. If you take my team, shout out to my team. If he takes Stu, he is far more better with distribution and data than me. You take Aaron from my team, he is far more better with business process than me. You take Zach and Srini, they are better with search and creativity and innovation and problem solving than me. So I'm just a product of my team. And I just surround myself with either my team or people like you and Mariano who can challenge me. Then I'm just kind of like a mirror reflecting what you just put into me. That's why you feel how you feel about the energy. It's kind of like transformer, mutual induction, like the primary and the secondary coil. But to answer your question, what I am excited about is definitely, I don't want to talk about AI agents like how everyone is talking about AI agents, because I think end of the day, not the AI that is going to be the game changer. It's what we do. What we determine we want AI to do. I don't see my job as to sit and talk like as if I'm an AI. I'm not, and I'm not planning to be one during my lifetime. I'm not planning to build LLM models. I'm not building the next competition for ChatGPT or Llama or whatever. My focus is very simple. If you take manufacturers, distributors, contractors, I'm looking at who am I trying to work for, the different stakeholders across the whole value chain. Then I'm going, what are the use case scenarios and problems they are having? What is the gap that they have in the marketplace that has not been met? Then how do I provide a solution that can solve for all of their challenges? So they come to us and my team as the problem solvers who can take care of all the gaps, and we can be the solution provider. Now, AI can help us accelerate and empower what we are trying to do in terms of customer experience, in terms of how we are managing our inventory, how we can have better margins like around rebate optimization, pricing optimization, how we can use AI in our logistics operations, how we can have better tracking for our orders, customer fulfillment, all of this. So I think I'm super fascinated by what AI can do faster than we can. And the other aspect that I think I'm super motivated towards is back in the day, let's say 5-10 years back, you need to have a big, heavy data science team, a digital technology team to bring about a lot of these changes.
Yep.
Right now, I think what AI is going to do is democratize how we can do things, a philosophy of how we go about things and how fast we can do it with good quality. But that can be done across whether you're a finance team, an operational team, supply chain team, digital technology team. So the way I look at it is you don't need to be dependent on a team to do anything anymore. You can have a collective force, but the key thing to make it happen is the mindset. Now, the most important part. AI is, okay, everyone is going to talk about AI and agents and
For the
demos and
next
stuff.
3 years, it's going to be like overused for sure.
Absolutely. So I think what I'm really focused on is the mindset of whether you're a distributor, whether you're a manufacturer, whether you're a contractor, the mindset on how you can change. And if you change, you are better off than where you were 2 years back. If you're a contractor, you have $6 million shop and you're trying to meet the needs of, let's say, building a small school or a pharmacy to your shop, or meeting the needs of other projects as a contractor, how can you help the contractor understand if you're 6 million today and you have 12 people doing that job, how can you help them go from 6 million to 12 million with the same number of people or less number of people? So if we can make others more productive and efficient and help them grow, we can be part of the journey. We are all growing together. And nobody is going to say, I don't want to grow. So our job is not to tell people why AI. Our job is to tell people how we can grow together collectively.
I think I'm starting to know a little like new facet. For the one that don't know Rama, he's one of the most intelligent tech guys that I know. But if you see in majority of his answer, he always bring the human factor. This is very important. And let me challenge the concept that you are bringing that I love of the human point of view is now with AI, we are starting to see a lot of C-level owners just laying off people and fire them and saying, guys, you know what? I don't need humans anymore. Forget about it. I will do 3 prompts, 4 agents are going to operate the same level. What is going to be the real future of technology in United States? Are you going to have humans? Are you going to only operate through agents? Where is going to be located the human factor?
Got it. Technology or AI is here to amplify, just like what we had prior to AI. We had laptops, computers, cell phones, smartphones, and stuff. Technology's job is to amplify and empower everything people do. The question becomes, instead of thinking like a chief digital officer or chief technology officer or technology leaders, we got to wear the hat of business owners, all of us included, technologists. And we got to ask the question, what are we really trying to do here? Correct? And how do we create, if, for example, we are, let's say, a $3 billion company with, let's say, 3,000 employees, how do we use AI to show we can go from 3 billion to 6 billion? The growth strategy. If you take strategy, you bucketize into 2 things, low cost or differentiation. I think what everyone is trying to do with AI is around low cost. They see cost cutting. In my opinion, cost cutting is not strategy. Differentiation is strategy. Now, during your differentiation process, you can do something with your cost and margin. I'm all about differentiation. The reason Apple can charge $1,000 for a smartphone is very simple, because they are differentiated. Correct? Now, I'm not saying like low-cost providers can't be successful. Low-cost providers can be successful. When you take a distributor's game is more around low margins.
Yeah.
So if it is already around low margin, I can't just keep focusing on cost. I need to focus on differentiation. Now talk about AI. AI now allows me to differentiate myself from competitive landscape, all the other competitors who are doing probably the same thing in a different way. The way we want to think about AI is how we don't think about doing the same thing in a different way and automate it. We got to start exploring other channels, other experience, other behaviors that we can bring our end user, like the salespeople or a contractor, go after bigger businesses, bigger projects, help them grow and scale. So when that happens, your revenue will grow.
Yeah.
You can take care of your cost. Your margins will grow because you're doing things you're not doing the same things in a different fashion than are your competitors.
Love it. You know, for the ones that in the past didn't get it or didn't love the distribution business, this is a masterclass from Rama to the world. I love the concept of reducing cost is not a strategy. Because I agree with you, efficiency and reducing cost is just part of our business, but differentiation is a strategy. So AI is not going to be a hyper word if we use it for differentiation, but it's just to cut cost. Is a commodity that everybody will do it because everybody have access to AI. It's going to be there, but differentiation is going to be the key. I agree with you. And then for differentiation, normally you will need to have creativity. You will need to have a context. You will need to have some context. You will need to have some strategy. That for this type of decision and action, we will need some humans to make it happen. I fully agree with you. So I'm telling this in the last 2 weeks. I think AI will come from all of us job. Will take the job of all of us. But for the part of that we hate, the repetitive part, the bureaucratic part, the part that doesn't generate value. So as you say, AI is just amplifying the capability of the human. But as a human, we need to go there and amplify the part of our job that really generate value to make differentiation. Love it. Love it.
Do you mind if I add to what you
Please.
just said? So the best part about being a human is the fact that we can be creative. Anything can happen right now, this second, but the fact is the human behavior is such that we are creative enough to find out solutions to problems. We don't always know what's going to happen, but sometimes it's also a change management aspect of it. And you can put it into two buckets, kind of like sometimes we undermine the capability of being a human. Even though we have existed for like thousands and thousands of years, humans actually can change. The question becomes, do we want to change? The problem is we are thinking people can't change. If we can provide, here's the value you're going to derive if you change how we are doing things today, then people are more motivated towards change.
And the change need to be like a real leapfrog to make a cultural change because it is not obvious and people get used to, and the humans are they are always obsessed about how things are and how you create things, about how you operate things. So to change a behavior, you really need to bring something to the table that really can change the culture. For example, I think all of us know how long take the humanity to adopt internet. It was almost 20 years. Now we have AI. How long will take AI to be part of our daily conversation in all our generation? We don't know, but cultural changes are more difficult than technology changes. I agree with you. Now, I want to go for an inspirational conversation. For sure, there's a lot of young, talented Indians that will see you and will see you as a hero, that move out to France, then to United States. You are successful, you are a reference. What advice would you give to this young talent that want to create a career that will face a lot of challenges, but they will see in you a reference, an idol?
You know, I don't think I'm wise enough or old enough or successful enough to any advice, but what has worked for me? Don't have fear. The only people who should have fear is people who are lying, who don't know what they are doing, or doing something wrong. So if you leave the fear out of your brain, and you're focused on doing the right thing, now ask yourself what is the right thing is. Define what the right thing means to you. Is right thing meaning being a good son? Is right thing meaning being a good dad? Is right thing being a good brother? Is right thing being I want to take care of the team? I want to help the team grow? I think when we follow our heart and our passion with sincerity, and don't find reasons and excuse on why we are not kind of equipped with all the competencies and the talents and the skills by other people. Stop comparing ourselves to others. Start with yourself, clean yourself, keep improving, keep iterating, keep getting better, learn from everywhere, keep growing. Don't be afraid of the failures. You're going to keep failing, and it's a good thing to fail, because the more we keep learning and failing and growing, and you surround yourself with people who can give you the constructive criticism and the feedback and who can help you grow, then we all are going to win. So it's important that we all believe in energy. No matter what culture we come from, all we share is energy. So how do we surround ourselves with good, positive, passionate energy, intensity, not the jealousy, not the ego, not the thing around what divides us, but what unites us as a human? Then we are going to take and transform and make this planet the best planet. We don't need to be worrying about other planets that exist or don't exist. I think we have a job on our hands, all of us, a mission. It's not how to apply AI, it's more how we can be better human beings and transform people's lives.
I think you are inspiring all the Indians there, but also myself. Love how you articulate and how you bring this no fear like concept, but with the responsibility that you are doing all the things right. Because when you find it to be a good person, a good human, a good son, take out the fear and just move forward. And it's okay to fail. You're going to fail to learn, to grow. I love it. Then, to start closing a little bit, I will ask you to give some message to our VTEXers. We are more than 1,000 employees across the world. We are here today on VTEX Day, and all of them build their products, operate, thinking to generate value for clients and managers and C-levels like you. So we want to hear a little bit of your comments. What would you say to a product manager, to a designer, to a commerce engineer for our company?
First of all, it's a pleasure to partner with VTEX. I have always said it during the whole project and beyond. We are one family. I think it takes collective unit to succeed. It's like playing basketball. I'm a huge fan of basketball. I always tell my team, and they know it, we don't need to be an MVP that lost the championship. We want to win the championship even if we didn't have a player win the MVP. So my comment to VTEX is, it takes an entire effort by a collective unit, whether it is the commerce engineers, whether it's your front-end guys, whether it's your AI guys. Just keep in mind what you're doing is something that is going to help transform businesses. A lot of people do not undermine what you're doing, number one. And also keep in mind how you can continue to, when it comes to go to market and promotion and branding and marketing, there's never an end to it.
Yeah.
The key thing is not that we work hard. And I always say, whether it's VTEX or whoever, we don't need to continue to work hard. I think what we need to focus on is how we can be a little bit more creative, continue to get more creative around how we kind of promote ourselves and not worry about what our competitors may be doing.
Yep.
I won't name any of your competitors, but we don't need to worry about what the competitors are doing. We got to focus on who are we trying to target. What does that customer want? And how we can show we can bring that value add for them, and how we can show we're going to do this, help them move fast, not compromise on quality. We don't need to break the bank. We'll provide the right customer experience for the right user, and we will do this collectively as a unit. So in my opinion, if these 5 things are ingrained in every VTEX person, they're just going to find that energy to go after any customer, no matter how big the customer is, no matter how big the competitor is going after the customer. You are just continuing to keep getting better day after day. And that is, I think, in the spirit of how VTEXs are already.
I love the concept of energy. You brought it a couple of times in this conversation, but it's true. Energy is beyond geographic, it's beyond languages, it's beyond religions. It is what unites human beings. And thank you for being a voice that unite, not divide, unite. And this is why we are so inspired always to talk with you, to share ideas. This is an honor. And thank you so, so much for being here with us. Again, we are proud and humbled to be your partner.
Same here. I'm very happy, appreciate the opportunity to be here in Brazil for the time, meeting smarter people, intelligent people, humble people, passionate people. That's what makes us all better, and that's what makes me better, is to have a partner like you. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for the
so
journey.
much. Bye-bye.